Arnis as a martial art. Was spawned in the Philippine soil, it was known in ancient Philippine as Kali, an ancient Malayan word that implies a large bladed weapon longer than a knife. This art was practiced primarily for self-defense by the pre-Spanish Filipinos who were noted for their friendly nature and legendary hospitality.
And anything in your hand is a weapon. This way. You try to move this way. Back.
Art
There.
of hand-to-hand
Back. There you are.
combat always
Good.
been an integral part of the Filipino in his long, turbulent, and bloody history. By force of necessity and self-preservation, he became an expert in fighting with his hands, either bare or with a stick and blade weapon, even before the introduction of the bladed weapon. The early Filipinos were already a fighting people using the bow and arrow or the longbow. The primitive Negritos, coming from Central Asia during prehistoric times, were experts in these weapons.
I used to watch with me and my friend, very close friend, Grandmaster Nick Elizar.
Same here, bam, boom, boom. Here, this is inside.
And here comes Grandmaster Bobby Tamimina. I was impressed with Bobby Tamimina while they're doing it because I don't know about that stick fighting before. But it's close range. I like it because it's just like boxing. So that is why I came to Balintawan. So that's what I learned a lot. Accepting the pain.
1, 2, boom. Quick. Right. When I punch you, move that left hand quick in that. Quick. Boom.
The reality that you learn from the Philippines. I said, well, I will teach you that, but are you ready to accept the pain?
Ernest de Mano is the best known and the most systematic fighting art in the Philippines. It is a perfect art after a long historical development from the college system designed to train the student to defend himself against armed or unarmed attacks. As a fighting art, Arnis has three forms of play. There are the espada y daga or sword and dagger, in which a long wooden sword and a short wooden dagger is used. Solo baston or single stick and a single long muton or baston, wooden stick or rattan cane hardened by drying or heating is used, and the siniwali, a native term applied because the intricate movement of the two muton resemble the wave of sawali. Crisscross fashion, the bamboo plates with pattern used in wheeling and matting. The art was not confined to the elite alone. The ordinary Filipinos practiced kali not only for self-defense but also for entertainment. It was the most awaited entertainment feature in fiestas and other gatherings. Kali was standard fighting techniques in hand-to-hand combat of the Filipinos when they revolted against Spain. Using the attack or bolo, the Katipuneros engaged the Spanish soldiers in savage skirmishes. History states that Bonifacio brandished a bolo, a standard weapon in Cali, in his famous Cry of Balintawak. However, Cali declined in popularity as early as 1596, when the Spanish authorities discouraged the practice of the art. It was eventually banned in 1764. The Spaniard must have considered the art lethal or dangerous since they decreed the natives found practicing Kali would be considered Tolisanis or outlaws. In 1637, the friars introduced the Moro-Moro, a social religious play dramatizing the triumph of the Christian Spaniard over the Muslim Moors of Granada, Spain. The play called for the use fighting techniques using a sword or similar bladed weapon. With the introduction of the Moro-Moro, the Filipinos again had a chance to practice their art. Thus interest in Kali was revived. In the play, Spanish soldiers fighting for Christianity were supposed to wear harness. Spaniard word for the English harness, the colorful trappings worn by medieval soldiers. From the word harness came to present harness. In 1853, the word Kale was completely replaced by Ernest. Ernest today has experienced change in the weapon use. Although, the art still make use of the itak or bolo now and then, it has relied considerably on the use of the cane as a self-defense weapon. This is not because the cane is less deadly than bladed weapon, but mainly because in later years, Ernest is engaged in more as a sport. Much of the antiquated techniques of the old Ernest have been modernized to avoid injury to students. More importantly, discipline and other moral values are impressed upon the students to strengthen not only the body but the spirit as well.